You're listening to 1001 Album Club, where each episode we discuss a different album from Robert Dimery's book, 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die.
Preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started
For this episode, we'll be talking about Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis. In the room, I have Rob,
Hello.
John,
Hi.
Ann,
Hey.
and Ben.
Hi.
Dusty in Memphis is the fifth studio album by English singer Dusty Springfield, released 31st of March 1969 on Atlantic Records. The producer is Jerry Wexler, Arif Martin, Tom Dowd, and the genre is pop soul, R&B, and blue-eyed soul. And a lot of this from Wikipedia. By the late 60s, Dusty Springfield was at the commencement of the progressive music revolution, the split between what was seen as underground and fashionable and what was pop and unfashionable. After her low-selling 67, Where Am I Going, and the 68, Dusty Definitely, that wasn't even issued in the US, her performing career became limited to the UK touring circuit of men's clubs, hotels, and cabarets. Hoping to reinvigorate her career and boost her credibility, Springfield signed with Atlantic Records, home of soul greats Dusty idolized such as Aretha Franklin. Although she was well-versed in R&B and soul songs, she had never released an entire album of R&B material. It was there in the American Sound Studios that Dusty created one of her best albums with the help of Memphis's A-Team at Atlantic Records that included backup singers, the Sweet Inspirations, and the tight backing band, the Memphis Cats. Although Dusty in Memphis sold poorly when it was first released, the album has since been acclaimed by critics as one of the greatest records of all time, winning a Grammy Hall of Fame award in 2001. All right, what do we think of Dusty in Memphis?
I liked Dusty in Memphis. Backtrack for a second. Did you say she has an album called Definitely Dusty?
Yes.
And
sorry.
it didn't sell well?
Dusty, definitely.
Okay.
Flip it, reverse it.
Not that much better. I liked this a lot. The only song I knew going into it was Son of a Preacher Man. And to paraphrase Dusty, a little bit of this album early in the morning is better than a cup of coffee. A few days this week, I was like first thing in the morning, I'd sit down to do some listening, and I'd have my coffee with me, and it fit right in. Warm, intimate. That band is awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say the production's pretty on point.
I love her voice. It's just like velvet. I like this record a lot.
Yeah, she's just really, really smooth, and for her to do soul numbers, I guess a lot of us are familiar with her Son of a Preacher Man, but I didn't hear, any of these other songs like Ben before, and having her do soul numbers, like, she really takes to it pretty well. Her voice lends to it, and it has a little bit of that pop element, but it's not overdone. I thought it was really nice, really, really good album. And yeah, the band's shit hot, and the backup singers are amazing.
Yes, and?
Well, yes, and do you know, in the backup band, the Sweet Inspirations, what 80s and 90s female R&B vocalist's mom was in the Sweet Inspirations?
No, I do not.
Sade?
No, that would be amazing, though. Because isn't Sade British?
Probably.
And the Sweet Inspirations are a Memphis group?
Dusty's British.
Dusty is British, so good point. She could have brought over some of that
There's
Sade.
more than one seats on that plane.
No, it was not Sade.
Okay.
Okay. but good guess.
So who was it?
It's Whitney Houston's mom.
Oh,
Yeah, Whitney Houston's mom, Emily Houston, aka Sissy, was in The Sweet Inspirations, and it's great. So
Cool.
I had no idea there was any type of family musical background there, but
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, this album really struck me as being one of those. I mean, we're gonna get to Elvis in Memphis is sort of like the comeback. It's like she released a couple albums. She had her initial breakout, and then it sort of retracted into low-selling albums. And she decided, you know what? I'm actually going to go to the place that I've been idolizing and kind of dreaming about. It's almost like not a vanity project, but something that like a dream project where it's like, let's go to the place where I've just been loving all this music. I've been trying to show British people what this soul music is, and so I'm going to go to that place and get Jerry Wexler, who was then at the time, helping out Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. Straight from the source.
Yeah. Go to the source and record in the same studio, get the same backing band, and see what you can do.
Yeah, but I read that it made her really nervous.
Yeah.
And she finalized the vocal stuff elsewhere, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, I think it might have been New York where she finalized the vocals because she was intimidated.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, and it worked eventually. Everybody loves it now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Another crazy thing I heard is that part of her nervousness was that she had produced all of her prior records herself, which she didn't really put a producer credit on her prior albums.
Yeah.
So for this is the first time she's working with outside producers too, and it clearly worked. From all that turmoil, produced something awesome. And "Son of a Preacher Man" was originally going to be an Aretha Franklin song, but they gave it to Dusty, and she killed it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Aretha Franklin's dad a preacher?
Yes, and so it's
Yeah.
daughter of a preacher man becomes son of a preacher man.
Like attracts like, man.
Yeah, you'd think that if you're in a preacher circle, you're probably gonna
You hang
end
out with
up
the other
exactly.
preacher's kids at the preacher convention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
PreachCon.
PreacherCon.
Yeah, exactly.
Lonely girl, when you said you'd stand beside me, I'll never forget you for what you've done. I'll never turn my back on you for anyone. I got so much love to give you, baby. I got so much love to give you. Oh, there's more than enough to last all like you. Yes, and it's all for you.
So I read this was a commercial failure when it came out. What's up with that?
I have no idea. I tried to dig into that too, why it just didn't hit.
What do you people want?
I
Do you
think-
not have ears and a heart?
I think it could have been it's a little easy listening, and if you didn't push things like "Son of a Preacher Man" or something that would immediately grab people's attention on the radio, I feel like a lot of it's a little more in the background kind of vibe.
There's a market for that, though.
Oh, yeah.
and it's
I think we're going to get more into a market in the 70s. with
Oh,
it,
absolutely, yeah.
though. This is late.
Stuff for yachts.
Yeah, this is still the, psychedelic 60 transition over.
Yeah, that's a good point. Speaking of, there's a sitar solo in the Land of Make Believe.
Yeah.
And do you know who wrote "In the Land of Make Believe"? And why that leads right into your statement about it being easy listening?
Was it Willy Wonka?
Close.
No.
The Willy Wonka of easy listening, Burt Bacharach.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, yeah, this
He kind of is.
he may have written that song about, the Candyman can. That sounds like a Bacharach song.
Lemon drops keep falling on my head.
But yeah, it's amazing who gets featured on this album, sort of behind the scenes a little bit, as people that later became greats. Like, 2 of the songs on this album are Randy Newman songs.
Oh, really? Which
Yeah,
ones?
Let's see here. There is...
I Don't Want to Hear It Anymore?
Yep, and Just One Smile.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the I Don't Want to Hear It Anymore was one that, we're currently listening to it now, and it was one that, really struck me that hadn't really heard that much.
It's a
Hadn't
cool
heard
track.
before. Yeah, it's very sort of melancholy, but just like
There's
I
some
don't
great
know.
tracks on here that just didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's just that relaxed, in the background kind of.
I like relaxing anymore.
It's music to do it to between the hours of 10 and 11.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Do you want to do it in the morning on a boat? Well, here's the album for you.
What critics said this is one of the best records of all time. I'm enjoying it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I would never have ever put that on. Like, oh yes, clearly, this is the one that you should be listening to. Like top 10 desert islands. I don't.
I think it's more like top 50s, right? Like
Yeah,
I mean, technically it's
then.
top 1001 if we're going by the book.
Yeah.
And I think it's made it into some top
And-
500s.
and to tell you the truth, like not many Grammy Hall of Fame awards are.
Pardon me.
How many cups do you need over there?
What the hell?
All of them.
you can move them.
Like four cups.
They call me Mr. Glasses.
Yeah, but I looked up the Grammy Hall of Fame, and there's not as many Grammy Hall of Fames than you would think. So this
Yeah.
received an award for it. This album specifically,
And what record or what label was this on? Was this Atlantic?
Atlantic. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, fun story I read about that. Old Dusty happened to be friends with a little person named is it John
Paul
Jacob
Jones?
Jingleheimer
Jingleheimer.
Jones.
Jones.
Gyllenhaal.
and
John Paul Jones.
yeah, recommended that Atlantic should sign Led Zeppelin during
Which
this
is-
recording, which is fucking
crazy.
She should have got some money from that.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Seriously.
Probably didn't.
It's a little bit of kickback.
Yeah, they got signed for $200,000,
Yeah.
which was unheard of at the time.
Wow.
Just on her recommendation.
That's fucking
So even though she was sort of,
Yeah.
coming on her comeback, she had plenty of clout in Atlantic.
I guess.
So just switched gears and
Yeah. I guess John Paul Jones used to play bass for her.
it's pretty crazy.
So, not to go too far back in time with bands we've listened to, but this is considered to be Blue-Eyed Soul, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where does this fall into your Young Rascals dislike, Ben? Because last I heard,
Well, I don't dislike Blue Eyed Soul. I dislike the Young Rascals. I like the Righteous
So-
Brothers. They're Blue Eyed Soul. I like Hall & Oates. They're Blue Eyed Soul.
I'm just saying this is within like a couple of years, maybe a year of the thing.
But I like this better. I think the songs are better, and I think they're executed better.
Well, the Young Rascals.
I think they are executed better. Yeah.
All right.
The Young Rascals didn't have any of the Memphis sound.
They didn't have the Memphis Boyos.
Which makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because this is what American Sound Studios that started this production, and that was sort of an offshoot of Stax, or what became Stax.
Stax was around.
Yeah, but I think there's some sort of, I don't know the full story.
Oh, they're
there,
both
but-
from the same town. I'm sure there's some crossover there.
But having, what do they call the band here?
Memphis Boys?
Just the Memphis Boys?
Yeah.
Just them boys.
Yeah, them boys.
Memphis Cats.
Memphis Cats.
Yeah.
Cat boys. Boy cats. Toms.
Thundercats.
Exactly. And whatever they are, they're great. And it does, I think it adds a whole different element to the album compared to like the Young Rascals, which is West Coast? Who were they?
I think they were East Coast.
Okay.
But
Oh yeah, they were Jersey. Philly.
They're Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Jersey
don't
Blood
remember, like, Young Rascals were a band. I don't know how much extra instrumentation there was. I don't remember.
A lot.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of studio guns on it.
No, just really strange, like throwing in of instruments you wouldn't expect, but all done very, very well. So probably studio.
Right.
I would. It was too well produced for it not to be. Anyways, I just.
Well, maybe Young Rascals should do Young Rascals in Memphis.
Now we'll lock the door, and no one has to know you've come here again. Darling, it will be like it's always been before. Come on over here, breakfast in bed, and a kiss at 3. You
I think for this though, it's Dusty somehow elevates it beyond.
She does have a really good voice.
Her voice and her delivery is just what always gives me, kind of like goosebumps or something. It's kind of like that Jerry Wexler production of like her and Aretha. Somehow they just know what's key within each song and how to present it. I'm not saying every song on here is gold, but when it's good, it's the best.
Yeah. And the songs that kind of fade into the background, I don't at all dislike. Like they're like,
Yeah.
not every song on this album is a hit, but like if you're gonna call any of it filler, the filler it still tastes good.
Yeah.
It's got that consistent feel through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, Wexler and the Memphis Cats are. They could just do it in their sleep. It's gonna sound.
Yeah.
It's gonna have that consistent feel, that effortless feel, because they just do it 9 hours a day.
Yeah, it's just song selection and who's presenting.
Son of a Preacher Man was Dusty Springfield's last top 10 hit for 20 years. Do you know what song her follow-up top 10 hit was?
Son of a Preacher Man.
No. Son of a Preacher Man was
right, but
you mean
like from Pulp Fiction.
Bring Back. No.
I bet it was
slightly before that.
The
Pet Shop Boys.
Pet
Yes.
Shop Boys.
It was Pet Shop
yeah.
Boys. What have I done to deserve this?
Yeah.
And they would have been number one on the UK charts, but they were knocked off by Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
If you're gonna get knocked off, might as
the
well
guy.
be by a meme.
Yeah. Clearly, it had some sort of sticking power. So.
Blue-eyed soul eats blue-eyed soul.
Oh, absolutely.
Eats blue-eyed soul.
It's an Ouroboros of soul.
Begats.
Really
Blue
is.
eyes.
All right. So how do we feel about it? I'm on the positive. I think Dusty's great. Like I said, I maybe don't like every single song on here, but has some really great tracks, and her delivery's top notch, and they got great songwriters. The songwriters here, I mean, I'm a fan of Randy Newman, and a lot of this easy listening I'm usually not into, but she somehow transitions.
It sounds sincere.
Yeah. What do you think, Rob?
I'd give it a positive. There's nothing orally offensive on this. In fact, it's quite pleasing, and I like the way she sounds when she sings words at me, and the record still sounds fresh. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a positive. It's not an album where you kick down doors and dance around to it. It's like slipping into a warm bath, and that's nice. Sometimes you just want to sit in the warm bath.
Yep, I concur. It's beautiful. I think it's real polished, and I'm into it.
I'm positive as well. I'm gonna be actively looking for it in dusty bins.
Yeah.
Definitely Dusty.
bins.
How much would you pay?
For this one, I'd pay upwards of $10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll keep my eye open for it.
This has worked out before.
Yeah, it has actually. I have a eye patch, so I said my eye.
Ah.
Keep it somehow. All right, next time we'll be talking about Elvis Presley from Elvis in Memphis. All right, thanks, y'all.
This summer world wouldn't be half as bad. It wouldn't be half as sad if each and everybody in it had just a little loving early in the morning. Just a little loving when the world is falling. Just a little bit of loving in the morning. Nothing turns the day on. Really gets it going. Like a little bit of loving from someone like you.
You're listening to